know that this may come as a surprise to you. Shocking, some of you may even be incredibly doubtful about what I'm about to say, but it is the truth. All right, greetings. It is PS Love Jess back again to add to my new entrepreneur Watch Me Grow My Business series. And I am here today to talk to you about something that I am familiar with, not intimately. I know that some of you all who know me know that this may come as a surprise to you. Shocking, some of you may even be incredibly doubtful about what I'm about to say, but it is the truth. I, Jessica, have taken a few L's. Yes, I've taken a few L's when it comes to starting this business. And so I'll probably give you all 3 or 4 L's today, and then I'll do a part 2 of this video with some other L's, and I am referring to them as lessons. You might understand them or know them as losses. So a couple of people have come to me and they've been like, Jessica, why didn't you tell people to subscribe to your channel and hit the button? And I'm just like, to me, that's just a little insulting. And I know that everybody does it, and I'm not that type of person. Just because everybody does something that I'm going to do it too. And I think you all will, if you know me, you know me. And if you watch these videos, you will also know that that's not how I rock. I just feel like telling people, subscribe to my channel and hit the alert. That's like telling me after I pulled up to the gas station to put 20 on pump 2, don't forget to pump your gas. Like, I'm already here. You heard me putting 20 on pump 2. It's just a little insulting, because if I am here and I like your content and I like what you're doing, guess what I'm gonna do without you telling me to do it? Y'all are smart. Subscribe. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I know and I trust you all. I have faith in you all that if you like what you see on PS Love Jessica or Jess, you will absolutely subscribe. So back to what we're here to talk about today. Again, L's. L's is in losses, but for me, L's is in lessons learned. So as a new business owner and, new entrepreneur, there are some things that I just didn't know. One of the things that I do, I think, take very seriously, though, is before embarking on any journey, I'm going to try to be really well versed in what it is I'm embarking on. And so, I don't enter into things blindly. That doesn't feel good to me. I know some people like to do that and can wing things, and I think that's fantastic. But number one, that doesn't feel good to me. Number two, I have invested quite a bit of money into this business, and so it is something that I really wanted to enter into very seriously. So my first L today is actually probably my biggest L, and it could have turned into a humongous L, like not a baby L, Like right now I'm giving y'all some toddler, infancy type L's, you know what I mean? This one could have really turned into like preteen, teenager, young adult L, okay? Okay, so that L is dealing with licensing. So if you've been to my website, you know that all of the merchandise that I'm selling, I take really cool looking prints and I put them on things, right? Like my socks, my snapbacks, my beanies. And so initially what I was doing was I was going to some of the resources where you can buy like vectors and prints and things like that. And I was purchasing just a general use subscription. And then I was like, okay, so I should be able to use these photos, these designs, or whatever the case may be, and sell them. And I had taken that and kind of run with it. And somehow, some way, one day I was doing some reading on maybe one of the designs that I had purchased, and it was like, not for commercial use. And I'm like, commercial use? That's me. I'm commercial use. So I kept reading and I'm like, oh my gosh. I thought because I purchased these subscriptions or individual designs that I could use them and then sell them, and that is not the case. So thankfully, the website that I used to purchase all but one design, I could purchase the commercial license. So with the individual license, you can use it in like presentations, you can use it on things that you're not going to sell. Those licenses cost monthly, maybe between $10 and $20, depending on how many images you purchase. So I was using that, and then I had to purchase the commercial license, which can be upwards of $300 per design. Now, thankfully, the L that I took with this was, it was about $80 per design that I had to purchase, and there were like several that I had to do that with. So, 80 times, and unfortunately, there was one company that I used that I had already printed on some snapback hats, and I reached out to them and I'm like, I don't see how I can purchase commercial licenses on your website, and they're like, oh, we don't sell our licenses. We don't sell commercial licenses. And I'm like, okay, so can I give this away? And then the lady was like, no, if it has your logo on it or whatever, you can't give it away. So yes, I have a stack of snapbacks in my closet that I don't think I can give away and I can't sell because of the license issue. So I'm very grateful that I caught that ahead of time and just had to pay $80 times whatever to get that fixed, and that I didn't sell that one particular image, the image on snapbacks, and I only had put it on snapbacks. So, that was an L. That was probably, like I said, the biggest L that I had to take, because I purchased the snapbacks already. They were printed, and then I had to pay for the commercial licenses. So if you are doing that, make sure you have the commercial license, so that if it comes back or people question you about where it came from or whatever, that you can say, hey, like, I can sell this because I purchased the commercial license. So that was L number 1. That L hurt the most. L number 2, lesson number 2, was working with the vendor, and I'd already previously worked with this vendor, and they had done really good work. And so I was asking them, I was like, I have this idea. What I want to do is I want to use some of my designs to print on beanies, like beanie hats. I was like, I see a lot of beanie hats and they're either solid colors or they're knitted, and you can't really get really intricate with them. I'm like, I have like some intricate designs. Can you do that? And they're like, yeah. And they send me pictures, and I'm like, oh, okay. From the pictures, it looked good. And then the beanies came. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see this, but this is not printed on this cap. It's like separate, like they printed on like some felt and then put it, like line the inside. It was not what I wanted. It was absolutely not what I wanted. And so I got really excited about it, but I had to go back to the drawing board, and this is actually my unrivaled print. All of the merch that I'm going to show you today is actually in this this print, but I had to go back to the drawing board and find a new vendor who could do what I wanted, because I wasn't going to sell felt. Like, this is just, no, it's a no. It's a no for me. So anyway, found a new vendor, and this is what I was looking for, right? Like, printed, this is on the material. It's not felt lined. This is on the actual beanie. And there are several designs, and it has my logo and stuff on it, but this is what I wanted. So when you compare the two, there's just really no comparison, So if you know anything about samples, which I will share in another video, samples can be pretty pricey. So I think I probably paid a good penny for this to not be what I wanted. But again, a lesson learned. And I was able to find my vendor who is producing exactly what I want. So, second L. My third L lesson was with my dear snapbacks. So initially I had 2 snapback vendors, and now I'm just working with one because I was able to find someone who could give me what I need at a much better rate. So I was talking to this guy. We had really good communication going, and they made my samples for me, and they put my tag on there, and I was like, okay, so I don't want So the tag is fine here, but I want the logo on the outside. So you can see here, Preeminent Souls on the outside. So he's like, okay, yeah, good. So he sends me pictures before he's about to ship my snapbacks out. And instead of the logo being here, they took this white tag and put it, this country white tag that's not really country on the inside, but it's country on the outside. They put it right here on like a lot of snapbacks. And I'm like, yo, that's not what I wanted. Like, why would you put a white tag on the outside of the hat like that? And then the guy's like, isn't that what you said? And then was trying to screenshot like messages and things like that. And I'm like, that's not what I said. That's also not what's on the mock-up. So make sure you save messages and pictures and things like that, because people try to get a little funny with you. Sir, I don't know why you did that, but it's not what I wanted. So let's redo it. So anyway, they ended up redoing it. Put the country white tag on the inside where it looks nice and city-like. And the embroidery is on the outside where I wanted and where I asked for in the first place. And then the fourth L that I'm going to share with you all, that if Final Cut Pro acts like it likes me today, I'm going to insert the first picture, is with my socks. So I was searching high and low for sock vendors to print the styles that I like. So my socks are not knit. So because my designs, again, are really intricate, and you can't do intricate designs with knit socks. So this is one design similar to the others that are the same as you've seen before. And I was looking for a specific type of printing for the socks. So I asked this vendor, can you do this? They're like, yeah, we're gonna make you a sample. Y'all, they sent me that sample, and when the person put it on, like, it just disappeared. You can't tell now because this is a good sock, but they put it on and it disappeared. I'm gonna show you. I hope I'm gonna show you right here. Okay, so I was like, and they were like, yeah, when you print these designs on these socks, the stuff disappears. It doesn't print good. Well, sir, I don't need to use your services. What do you mean? I can't sell this to people. I don't know who they thought I was. So anyway, I ended up finding my new vendor, who is just super sweet. I really like him. And he makes these socks. And what's cool about these socks is they're actually made from bamboo yarn. So they are sustainably made, which I just think is amazing and good for the planet, right? So these socks are great. They're super comfy. And when you put them on, you don't get that distorted image, right? Like, it still looks like the regular image. It does not disappear, which is what I was looking for. So yes, those are my first 4 kind of L's that I'm going to share, or my lessons that I'm going to share today. And I will come back with another video to share a few other lessons. Like I said, I just kind of vaguely know L's. Me and L's, we don't really get along. You know, we don't engage too often. But when we do, I definitely want to be able to share that with other people so that they don't make kind of the same mistakes that I made. So, a big thank you to those of you who have watched my first video. For those of you who purchased during our Black Friday sale, I'm having a Cyber Monday sale that's going on right now, and the giveaway ends on the 1st, so a couple of days. So there's still time to win the 3 beanies. And yeah, I think that's all until next time. I'm gonna try to do these every Sunday, and then I may do a couple like story times in between. We'll see. We'll see how, I told y'all about the spirit. I'm gonna let the spirit move. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, thank you all for watching. And let me know if you all have any questions in the comments below. And have a fantastic day. Bye.